Greetings, greetings, redheads. Thank you for joining me in another episode of your favorite show, the one, the only Red's View. Of course, I am your gracious host, Jay Red, and I'm joined by the cultivating OVO CJ. What is up, CJ? What's happening with you, player?
Man, slow motion Billy Ocean, man. Glad to be back. It's been a minute.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You've been dodging the smoke. For those who don't know, I've tried to get CJ on the last couple of weeks, but something always comes up. But he's been dodging the smoke. It's been a lot of stuff that I really wanted him to talk about, but we got him here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So
Yes, sir.
OVOC, that's his moniker, OVOCJ.
I'll take that. I'll
He
take
don't
that.
mind it. He don't mind it at all. But yeah, man. Before I begin this video, everybody do me a favor. Make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is going across your screen right now. YouTube.com/RedsView. Go ahead and get that done. And also, don't be afraid to comment in the chat. We love the chats. We love interaction because I'm going to put you on that Summer Jam screen to answer your questions and get some interaction in there. Make sure also that you hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. You can hit the like button or the dislike button. It is all good as long as we get some traction up in this thing, and it helps out the algorithm. So, man, a lot to discuss. A lot of stuff going on. You know, it's election season.
Yep.
God, I can't wait for it to be over with.
Yeah,
Because you know
same.
how it is, man. It's been wearing me out. Every day I get on Twitter, it's Kamala Harris, Donald Trump. Kamala Harris, Donald Trump. I'm
Every
so
day, bro.
every day. I'm so ready for election season to be over with. But also, I want to give a shout out to Tom Hardy in Venom. All right. I got a chance to see the premiere of Venom yesterday, Venom the Last Dance. I had a blast, man. I had got that, and I got me a little toting bag too. They gave me a little free toting bag and like a I should have brought all that stuff out. But yeah, it was fun, man. I had a real blast at the Regal Cinema. So make sure that you go check out Venom the Last Dance. Is going to be in theaters this Thursday. Well, Friday, the official release date, but Thursday. Come on, man. Like,
Yeah, we know how they get down.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, man. Without any further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into it, man. This is the hottest topic in hip hop right now. Well, one of the hottest topics in hip hop. So Kendrick Lamar isn't really for the culture. Kendrick Lamar isn't really for the culture. Well, CJ, Academics and Adam 22 happen to believe that he's not of the culture, or well, he's of the culture, but he's not for the culture. And the reason that I'm bringing that up is that it feels like Drake stands, and I'm going to say it firmly, Drake stands who are upset that he lost. Academics, Adam 22, pretty much anybody who wanted Drake to win have been slamming Kendrick Lamar for his comments in an article that he did, or just the article anyway. He did an article interview with he did an article with, what was it, Bazaar? Isn't that what it's called? Bazaar. I've never heard of the magazine, to be honest, but
Yeah, it's
Bazaar
not of the
magazine.
culture.
Yeah, it's not of the culture for sure. Bazaar Magazine, and he was actually interviewed by SZA, his former label mate, constant collaborator. Shout out to SZA. I like SZA, and I don't really like too many R&B artists nowadays, but hers, I like her flow and all that. So, but yeah, so Kendrick appeared on there, and he had some stuff to say about the meaning of "Not Like Us," and he didn't talk about the beef, right? But he was in that interview, and it was received with criticism from like I said, the Drake online community. Just like anything Kendrick has done in the past couple of months, right? Kendrick Lamar, after the beef that he won, he did the pop-up concert. He released a video, and then he announced the Super Bowl, and
Drop the
then
song.
dropped the song.
Yeah.
Minimal stuff, but it's been gaining a lot of notoriety, a lot of attention, and this was no exception to that. So yeah, I didn't get a chance to read the article, right? But did you get a chance to read it, the whole
Nah,
thing?
not the whole thing. Just what's been shared on social media.
Okay, all right. So like I said, Academics and Adam 22 has some stuff to say about it. And I'm going to play you a clip of what Adam 22 had to say about this Kendrick Lamar interview. Now, in it, like I said, he talked about Not Like Us and all this other stuff, but let's hear what the criticism behind this, Adam 22. Let's hear what he has to say. And this is fair use, by the way, fair use. Try not to play the whole thing, but just to get the gist of it.
with Harper's Bazaar,
Yes.
supporting black media outlets, hip hop media outlets.
Oh no, he didn't. He threw out the supporting black media outlets from a white boy. All right, let's keep going.
Do an interview with Harper's Bazaar and supporting real journalism. You let your label mate basically interview you.
Former label.
Kind of bizarre,
Former
man.
label
It was
man.
very, very pretentious affair that was.
Oh my God. I feel like reading that article, I was left with the feeling this may all backfire on Kendrick at some point.
It will backfire on Kendrick at some point. All right, let's keep watching CJ.
Because he has built himself up now to be such an elitist character in the space. And I just don't, I think at a certain point, people are going to realize like, oh, like we really trusted this guy and that it's just not really panning out. Because to me, that interview had so little substance to it, so many words and so little actual like deep provoking, thought provoking sentiments expressed in it. And I feel like that's largely the sentiment that I've been seeing from other people as well, is that very few people seem impressed by this. And my question too is, Elliot's all on Nicki Minaj for going and doing content with Cashapp, right? I mean, what is this? This is the same shit. It's a softball interview.
Okay, so that's pretty much what I ain't gonna play the whole thing, but he's saying it was a softball interview. They weren't asking deep enough questions and all this other stuff, right? So with the criticism that he said, because Akademiks, I would play what Akademiks said, but he pretty much said the same thing. The whole narrative, why is Kendrick not going to black-owned media platforms? He's supposed to be of the culture. Why did you not go to Elliott Wilson? Why didn't you go to the Breakfast Club? Why didn't you go to all these other places? You could have went anywhere, but you went to a magazine that's not of the culture. And you got interviewed by SZA when you could have given anybody that opportunity. And we'll get into what he said as far as like the phrase "and not like us," anything like that. But what's your take on it? Do you agree with Adam 22 and Akademiks that Kendrick Lamar played in our faces and he's not really of the culture, or for the culture rather?
Well, two things. Number one, I want people to realize this is not the first time people have said this about Kendrick Lamar. And two, everybody who has something negative to say about Kendrick does not mean that they are a Drake stan. We got to stop that. He's not above criticism. I hate to break it to you. Harper's Bazaar, for those who don't know, which nobody knows, it is a monthly women's fashion magazine. It has zero, I'm talking about negative 20 to do with hip hop at all. It's very random. I did like him being interviewed by SZA. I thought that was cool.
That was dope. Y'all
fuck with that. But let's be honest, it doesn't have anything to do with hip hop. But here's the thing: I don't subscribe to you only have to speak to hip hop outlets. I personally don't subscribe to that. Okay. But we're not going to act like this is a new complaint. This happens all the time. People have complained to Drake about this. People have complained to Cardi B, and this is not new. So I don't want people to act like because people are calling Kendrick out about it that there's some type of agenda or Drake glazing. It's like, no, people have said this a million times before. He's not the first. Nori said it when Cardi did an interview with whoever the hell it was. And Elliot has been dick riding Kendrick for the last 3 months. I know he's tight about it because he's talked about stuff before, people doing outlets on other platforms. So don't be quiet. Now you need to tweet about Kendrick doing this shit the same way you tweeted about Nicki doing Cashapp, who at least is of the culture. He's just for kids.
Well, my thing is this. Because Drake, you're right. Drake has been heavily criticized for not doing the interviews and stuff like that with hip hop media.
And he's done just as many as Kendrick, though. That's been overblown as well.
Yeah, true. And that's fair. But my thing is this. For the ones, if we listen to Watch the Party Die, right? Because that's what Akademiks wanted to bring up. You're talking about Watch the Party Die. You're calling out radio and personality, but then you go do that. The reason Kendrick doesn't do interviews is because of what y'all doing right now. He was talking about y'all on Watch the Party Die. Let me ask you this. I'm not talking about Joe Budden, Elliott Wilson. I'm excluding the Breakfast Club because they radio, but Akademiks, Adam 22.
Drink champs,
right? Yep. What were all of them do? And I hadn't watched Drink Champs in a while, but excluding Drink Champs too. I'm just gonna stick with those, the ones I named before that. Okay. But what were they doing when the battle was happening? people chose sides and were being biased, right? Like we felt some people were giving honest opinions, but it was a whole bunch of analyzation, which by right people have the right to do that, right? But if Kendrick goes and does an interview with Elliot after you just said he's been dick riding him and all this other stuff, the narrative is going to be, oh, okay, they're teaming up against Drake, whatever the case may be. If Kendrick goes and does an interview with Adam 22, Adam 22 clearly is upset that Drake lost, so he's going to be drilling Kendrick to try to get something. Like if he goes and does interviews with these people who've been doing all of this stuff, putting out false narratives and all this other stuff, that's exactly what he was talking about on Watch the Party Die.
Why is Adam 22 upset that I didn't know that? Why is he team Drake? I didn't know this. This is news to
because
me.
I've been seeing, and this is just me. This is my opinion.
Okay.
What I've been seeing is that ever since Drake lost, or even during the battle, he seemed to be pro Drake, right? Simply for the fact that Drake consistently puts out music and Kendrick doesn't as much. And after the beef was over, Adam 22, anytime I see him talk about this, it seems like his favoritism towards Drake, criticizing a lot of Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, people have the opinion of who won. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Majority of everybody says that Kendrick won. It just like people have an opinion who, like, some people don't feel like Jay-Z lost the Nas battle. They feel like Takeover was better than Ether. Publicly, everybody said Ether was better. That was the narrative, right?
For sure.
This is the same thing with the Kendrick Lamar thing. You know, some people like Family Matters more than they like the other songs. But the fact remains that the industry said Kendrick won. So with that being said, I know Kendrick is aware, like, because we agree that this is the biggest rap battle of all time.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you win that rap battle of all time, which means that you took down the big juggernaut, the Goliath, you're going to have a lot of backlash towards that. And every little thing that you do, which this was just an article. This is just an article, right?
Yeah.
And let me ask you this. If this beef would not have happened, would anybody be talking about this article that he did at all?
He wouldn't have got the article.
He gets articles all the time, bro.
He wouldn't. Listen, man, you can't go on any one of those platforms you named and they ask you about Not Like Us and you say, oh, Not Like Us. That is
we're gonna get to that part. Oh, we're gonna get to that part. We're gonna get to that part.
Yeah, because you know it's bullshit.
Well, hold on. We're gonna get to that. Hold on.
All right.
What I'm saying is that this article, if this beef wouldn't have happened, he would, say if he had an album coming out, he would have did an article. It could have been Variety or whatever the case may be, right?
People still would have complained though, bro.
Not like this. Not like this.
Of course, not like this, but he wouldn't have been as hot as this without a hit.
But I'm saying Adam 22 wouldn't be talking about an article. What I'm saying is everybody is laser focused on what Drake is doing, how he's going to bounce back, right? That's been the narrative with Drake. He lost the battle. How is he going to bounce back, right? He's been dropping song after song, 100 gigs. We don't know what the hell he's doing, right? He even dropped the Spanish song. You know, we'll get to that in a minute. But with Kendrick, he's the winner. So it's like, okay, what is he going to do? Where is he going? Because I guarantee if he went on Elliot, they would have said something about that. He went on the Breakfast Club. They would have said, and I think that purposely he's not going, and this is just my observation, he's not going on these platforms because maybe he doesn't want to talk about the beef. Maybe he just wants to put it, because people acting like he's milking everything. All Kendrick has done is just put out stuff. Are we tripping? What has Kendrick done besides make music? He don't tweet. He don't be on Instagram. Huh?
He did a show.
That's it. A show, a video, and it came from the song. It hasn't been any type of nothing else besides what the Super Bowl announcement, because Drake had insinuated he wanted the round two. He did the Bazaar interview, but they were asking about the phrase of not like. Matter of fact, let's go ahead. Let's look at what they said about how he explained Not Like Us. All right, let's look at that. Let's look at that. So right here, Kendrick Lamar explains the meaning behind Not Like Us. Not like us is the energy of who I am. The type of man I represent. This man has morals. He has values. He believes in something. He stands on something. He's not pandering. He's a man who can recognize his mistakes and not be afraid to share the mistakes, and can dig deep down into fear based ideologies or experiences to be able to express them without feeling like he's less of a man. If I'm thinking of not like us, I'm thinking of me and whoever identifies as that. Okay, let it loose, CJ.
Bruh, he can't get that off. He can get that off at Bazaar. They'll print that. You can't get that off at $1 million worth of game. They're gonna be like, bro, what are you talking about?
True.
They're gonna be like, what the fuck? You said a bunch of nothing. And I'm gonna tell you what's funny. I was in the gym this morning and I seen my homie who I hadn't seen in a couple of weeks. And he was like, hey man, what is Kendrick doing, bro? I said, what are you talking about? He was like, man, the interview, bro. Like, he said a whole bunch of nothing. Like, he just said words. He wasn't talking about nothing. Like, I don't like how he moving right now. Like, this is I ain't seen my homie in weeks. And he's not a Drake stan. He's not really a Kendrick stan. He just kind of is a fan of music. He like both of them, to my knowledge. He like, dude, what is Kendrick doing, bro? Like, first he did, and he reeled off the things that he's doing right now that's not making sense. And that's what I need people to understand. It's okay to look at some of the moves and be like,
what didn't, like, it's an interview where they asked the phrase, because I don't know if you saw the dialogue that happened before this question. See, they just took the clip,
of course,
of what he said. Before that, SZA had asked him not the song. She said, what does Not Like Us represent? It wasn't a song about pedophilia. It labeled somebody a pedophile, but after that, it was talking about the culture. The main thing that he was drilling about Drake is that you're not of the culture. You're utilizing the culture, using it for your advantage. He had 3 verses on there, and I went back just for my clarity. I was like, okay, he only talked about the pedophile thing once.
Yeah,
on 1 verse. So he's talking about Not Like Us. He's saying what Drake isn't, whether you agree with it or not. Right. He's talking about what Not Like Us means to him, which what I felt like as a foundation of Black American, I'm like, okay, people who are not of my culture, you're not like us. When I think, besides the word pedophile, like, I don't think of pedophilia when it comes to Not Like Us. I'm thinking Not Like Us could have been in a Jordan Peele movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, the movie Us, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like, different things like that. That's what I grab from it more than anything, personally. You know what I'm saying? The whole Drake pedophilia thing. I mean, it's funny to listen to, but I listen to it as a Black American in the foundation who built this country. That's the angle that I took it. And that's what is the problem with the article that he did? What is he supposed to say? I'm just confused about it.
Just, some people look at him like he's trying to be fake deep. But again, this is not new. They said this when he came out with the thorn of crowns and the fake blood coming from people said it then. Like, why are we acting like no one has ever criticized Kendrick before? Like, where have y'all been at, dude? People have done this. They questioned the double disc. People didn't like the album. They said there's too many songs on here. I can't run back. The replay value is low. We cannot act like because he had a big record that all of a sudden he's Teflon. No rapper is Teflon. I can poke a hole, pause, in any rapper's resume.
But I think people are being very, like, super critical on purpose, because I feel like because Drake lost. Listen, when Watch the Party Die came out, the narrative was that, he dropped, like, Act didn't even really, I don't even feel like he listened to it all the way. He's like, that's a BS song. He shouldn't have dropped that, whatever. I didn't look at that. Okay, were y'all expecting a follow-up to Not Like Us? He don't even make songs like that. He did that on purpose to prove.
He doesn't make songs like that. You're right.
Well, the thing is, but he has hits.
He was pandering to the Bay.
Huh?
He was pandering to the Bay.
Oh, so now he's pandering. Oh my God. From the West. He's West Coast.
Yeah, man. The Bay and LA are 2 different areas. Anybody from there will tell you that.
Bro, he wasn't pandering. He decided to make a catchy beat that Mustard sent to him.
He wanted to be Keek the Sneak for a day, man. And it worked. And everybody ate it up. And YG and all these people came on stage and co-signed him. DJ Mustard. They did all that for 11,000 first week sales. Congratulations, you played yourself.
Who sold 11,000 first week?
YG and Mustard combined.
Combined. Yeah, but okay, so we want to go there. Yeah, we talking about record sales. If Drake and Kendrick drop right now, Kendrick would slaughter Drake in record sales.
I don't know. Who had a better project?
Akademiks even, and he's the biggest dick rider of Drake. He even admitted that.
We listen. I'm only bringing up sales for the point of you did all of that. You cut off a nigga that you were homies with to side. You chose a side to get nothing in return when you were rocking with bro. you were getting returns, you were getting receipts. That's what I'm saying. And then everybody was like, man, Kendrick doesn't tweet. He's not on social media, only for him to post Doechii project. Oh, now he logged in. He remembered his password now all of a sudden. Come
PM,
on,
PM, he's performing at the Super Bowl. Akademiks, I'm not even going to respond to that. PM, if you want to come on here and talk about it, you can.
Thank you, PM.
PM, no, that's cap. Kendrick is the hottest artist out right now. Drake
has been the hottest for the last 15 years.
And he's not hot anymore. If he was to drop right now and Kendrick on the same day, Kendrick would slaughter him. It's been done before. If we got to
prisoners of the moment, man. You can't. You talking about he's not hot today, October 23rd, bro. That comes and goes, with the exception of Drake, because he's been hot for 15 years.
209 Cutthroat, Blood a Hater. Kendrick been with the Bay. Thank you
Has
so
he?
much.
Has he?
But But the thing is, with this interview, I looked at it as I understood what he meant by this. I think that I think that the reality is a lot of people are upset that Drake lost, and anything that doesn't make sense to them, or I don't know what, because even if he performs when he performs at the Super Bowl, of course, now look, criticism, I get it 100%. We need to criticize. I'm very critical when it comes to stuff, right? But even if he performs at Super Bowl, they're gonna find something wrong with it, because Drake was the juggernaut that got his head chopped off, and you got to deal with the harsh criticism that's gonna come after that. Clearly, it was so bad. Let me show you this.
Should have been Wayne anyway, bro.
What'd you say?
Should have been Wayne anyway. We shouldn't even be having this conversation.
We don't need to have that discussion, because Wayne himself know he shouldn't have been up there. But the reason I'm saying that Akademiks and everybody hating so hard, look at this. DJ Akademiks is coming under fire for the comments of one of his posts on Instagram for using every opportunity to dunk on Kendrick. They had to write a whole article about this, because when he posts, he be hating so hard because his GOAT lost, your GOAT too, that his own people had to call him out. I've been seeing people like, come on, bro, like act.
Fam, stop taking Akademiks seriously, bro. He's adding on extra sauce because that's his brand, to get a reaction. We all know that. Nobody here on this screen is taking him seriously. So let's not act like, let's stop doing that first off. He's adding extra sauce, bro. Like, come on, man. That's his brand. He's leaning into his brand. That's what people are doing of his stature, or whatever you want to call it. He's feeding his audience, bro. That's it. We can't stop taking him seriously, bro.
I can see that. I can't trust any FBA that's talking like CJ. You FBA though, right?
For sure.
Okay, yeah. But CJ just loved Drake. That's it.
I love both of them. They both dope. You see how I did that? You see how easy that is? They being objective.
Look, yeah, but in reality, y'all know, because the fact that y'all don't think that Kendrick won lets me know that you're super critical of Drake. Of Kendrick. Y'all to this day will, and I know that that Drake lost his battle. It's just that the pride in you won't let you admit that for some odd reason. I don't know what it is. So I think it is something like slightly against Kendrick Lamar that you have. Maybe, but you like Mr. Morale, didn't you?
I did. I thought it was dope.
Okay, yeah.
But I understand. I understand the knocks on it though, because there are a couple of songs that are literally one and done, and I'll never revisit. But I thought I liked more than I disliked about it though. I thought it got a bad rep.
Yeah. True. But yeah, I think that and then also to go back to your point about artists not having to go to hip hop media outlets, right? Like, you're not one of, because Drake gets slammed for it, Carter gets slammed for it, you know what I'm saying? From not,
I think that's overblown, bro.
Yeah, I can see to a degree. Like, I understand the sentiments of that, but at the same time, it's like everything like Kendrick was talking about on Watch the Party Died is pretty much like calling those people out. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when Elliot showed up to the video shoot to Not Like Us, he said, "You a rat." You know what I'm saying? And Elliot, like, some folks like, was he playing? He was like, nah, I could look at him and see that he was serious. Yeah. So why would you enter into that negativity? You know what I'm saying? If that's something you called out.
I look at it differently. I look at it like this. I think many of our outlets are a little too predictable in their line of questioning and what they would have, and the angle that they would have taken.
I agree with that.
I think there's a little bit more diversity in terms of questioning or interview styles.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's more of the same. It's just different personalities with a lot of our content, not all of it. Some of it does have a unique spin. But, bro, for the most part, they're low-key interchangeable. And so people, there's only so many times, bro, you can go to $1 million worth of game and then leave there and go to Drink Champs and then leave there and go to Breakfast Club and then leave there and go. Bro, it's like, okay, they're going to ask the same questions for the most part.
For the most part. And they're going to try to drag something out of this.
That too.
You know, more than like what it is. You know what I'm saying? That like, if you win the battle, the like when Nas won against Jay-Z, right?
Yeah.
But Stillmatic referenced Jay-Z on Last Real Nigga Live, but kept it going. Now, Jay-Z did the blueprint too and tried to say something again.
Very underrated song though. So
no, it's a dope song, right?
Yeah.
But when you win, you keep going unless it's like if y'all really had beef like 50 and Ja Rule, you're gonna talk about it forever, right?
You say Jay lost. How did that turn out for him? Shout out to my guy at PM. How did that turn out?
It turned out for him, but also Jay-Z wasn't there for like 15 years at the top either.
That's true. No, he wasn't.
Jay-Z it took time. Jay-Z, and that was before Beyonce, right? Before he was dating Beyonce. So Jay-Z wasn't even at his peak at that time. So both him and Nas, were they even out a full 10 years?
No.
So that's a whole, when people try to bring up Jay-Z was all right. This is Drake is highly above Jay-Z at this point from in their careers at that time. Yeah.
He's one of the GOATs for sure. You're right.
Yeah. Well, he is. Goats do goats right?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. And he's one of them. Hey, shout out to these comments though, man. Hit that Stewie. I want to see what that says. Somebody wrote a 4-page letter about Bazaar. I got to see what this is about.
Bazaar has women of color in the CEO, executive director of digital, and the interviewer. He is more for the culture than anyone talking about him during the interview when you peel the layers back.
Okay, what we're not going to do, we're not going to go down the LinkedIn of Bazaar, find the 2 black people and be like, let's relax.
Well,
it's not a hip hop, or it's not a hip hop platform, dude. Like,
it's not a hip hop platform, but there aren't rules that say you have to do that. And my thing is, I know the negativity that comes with those hip hop platforms to try to create more. Hey, so did you ever find who Drake was messing with, who was underage, like all of that stuff, right? Just like if Drake were to do an interview, right? How do you know that Kendrick Lamar was beating on his woman and all this other stuff?
Yeah,
right?
And they don't want to talk about neither one of those. That's my point, though.
Yeah,
that's where any platform we've named, let's be honest, that's where they're gonna go because that's what we want to see. That's what a lot of people in the culture want to hear and see. They want to hear the salaciousness. They want to hear the spot. We just seen the T.I. and Dro on Breakfast Club. That clip of them arguing went everywhere, and 10 minutes later they apologize, and that clip ain't nowhere.
They
don't care about that.
Exactly.
That's the thing. So that's I can understand someone of the stature of Kendrick. There's a lot of money riding on Kendrick. There's a lot of money riding on Drake. They're not gonna give you the hot takes, bro. I'm telling you that now. Niggas is looking forward. I want to hear what he got. They're not gonna give you that, bro. Like, I'm sorry.
when Drake talked about the Pusha T beef, right?
Yeah.
He waited. He didn't do that when it was hot.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? He
did it on a black platform too, by the way.
Yeah, it was a black platform, but he waited. What was that? 2 years? What was it? A year or two?
Don't quote me on that. I can't remember.
But it was a while. I remember once everything died down. It was after Scorpion then came out. It was like way later, right?
Probably. That sounds about right.
Yeah. So that, and one more thing I wanted to touch on, and this is what we've been talking about right here. Something Punch had said from TDE. Where is it at? He said this: I respect hip hop journalism and feel it's needed in its truest form. It helps, I'm sure it helped keep the culture alive, but it's only a few real ones left. Most of you guys are trash. Just my opinion. That's why artists don't want to talk to you. Now I can agree with that too.
I mean, that's fair, but I look, this is what I would compare it to. I would compare it to somebody shopping at a black-owned business. People are saying come shop with Black-owned businesses before we get eliminated out here. Like, you're a big brand. Come over here. Like, let us get some shine. Let us eat, basically. Because if Kendrick does his first interview post the greatest rap beef of all time on a podcast or a platform or of the culture, it's going to go crazy.
Yeah.
Time Magazine is going to, like, every platform is going to report on that, and they're going to get a lot of looks. So they're like, yo, why not give the culture those looks? That's how people, you know, and a little bit selfishly give my platform that look a little bit, but in a greater scheme of things, the whole culture wouldn't get that look. And people feel like that's why they should do that. And I get that piece of it. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
But they can't, you sometimes, man, cats have crossed over and they're bigger than the genre. I hate to say that, but it's true though. They're icons. Some people are iconic status, and that doesn't mean they got to go to the Source Awards every year. Like, it just doesn't. Sometimes you graduate, air quote, past that. And that's not a knock. Yeah, it's just one reaches more people than others. Like, it's just
because we're talking about it now, you know, opposed to you going on another platform and they, you know, may not be as big.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I get it. But moving on from that, and shout out to everybody that's in the room right now. So, the Young Thug in the Drake beef with Future and Metro. Now, last week, I think it was like last Friday, actually, because 21 Savage was having a party, right? Now, 21 Savage has been neutral within the battle between Drake and Metro Boomin and Future because he's cool with everybody. So he had a birthday party, but before the Friday before his birthday party, this is what he tweeted. He said, Drake, Future, Metro Boomin, we all brothers. Music ain't the same without us collabing. Now what I will say is this. It's in 2024. I'm not really looking for Drake and Metro and Future to collab. I think they've given us all that they could give us. I mean, I'm not saying that they can't make music together. It's not missed though. I don't miss it.
Well, you're speaking from personal. You're giving your personal opinion.
This is a personal opinion.
I've had someone. I had someone call me not too long ago and say, this year in music, aside from the beef, which was a big deal, but in terms of joints, this year has been quiet, and mainly because Drake has fallen back out of the spotlight. He didn't have the bop this summer that he normally does, or he didn't have the feature this summer that he normally does. And typically,
why did that happen?
He fell back
because he lost. Thank you. Anyway,
he fell back for whatever reason.
He lost.
I'm saying it affected the game. Even though your boy just said that. What's my man? Hitmaker. Hitmaker said there's nobody to copy off of right now because the big dogs have fallen back. He was talking about, in my opinion, he was talking about Drake because he was referencing the beef. And so some people think, again, my homie hit me up with this same thing. That's what I thought was interesting that Hitmaker said it. Some people follow the leader. And if the leader's not outside, then people don't know what to sound
Drake,
like.
Nobody's been following Drake. Drake's been following what's been hot, and he's been following the leaders. What was the last Drake song that everybody followed? What was that?
Bro, whenever he drops, bro, he keeps a bang. What are we why are we trying to rewrite history, dude?
I'm just asking, what was before the beef, right? What was
whatever he had with 21?
Which one?
The sample joint, the one that's all on the radio all day long.
That came out like 2 years ago.
That last he dropped for beef. Oh no, he dropped the Rich Baby Daddy joint. That was the album before the beef.
With Sexy Red, yeah, that's Sexy Red Lead, yeah.
Oh man, here we go.
He jumps on waves. Are we gonna try to rewrite history and act like Drake don't jump on waves? I'm trying to give you some wiggle room right here. You said that follow the leader. Drake follows other artists and does it better.
If Red is the leader of the rap game, then we fucked, bro. We're fucked.
Well, according to Drake, why did he collab with her? That was the only hit song off of For All the Dogs. The Rich Baby Daddy.
The first person shooter was a banger, bro.
That's not, it was a banger. It wasn't a hit. Wasn't no hit.
Y'all,
it wasn't a hit.
Y'all.
Where did they play that on the radio?
Revisionist history, y'all.
Where did they play that on the radio?
We got to leave this in 2024, guys.
Come on, man.
Hindsight is 2020.
Let me ask you this. First Person Shooter was a hit record?
Bro, it was a big record for the culture. I'm not talking about what they're playing on FM radio because I don't listen to FM radio, and I hope you don't Nobody does. I'm not talking about that. We know how that was a big song. Like we're not gonna act like that, dude. Come on now.
You want to know what has been banging? Like that.
Talk to me. Who?
Like that. That's been a banger. Not Like Us has been a banger.
So
Euphoria
First Person Shooter wasn't a banger, bro.
No, it was a banger. No. I'm saying it was a banger. I asked you what was the last Follow the Leader song that Drake had, because you said usually he drops smashes. Rich Baby Daddy was led by that pretty much was a Sexy Red song.
Cole, Kendrick, and Drake are the big three. They're the leaders. We're not going to act like that's not the case.
I didn't say Drake. Okay, listen. Drake is a top artist. He's not a leader, though. Definitely not a leader. Nah, he ain't a leader. But let me go back to the question that's at hand. Do you think that Drake will collab with Future and Metro again? Because I saw that Future actually retweeted this. Metro didn't say anything. Drake didn't say anything. But what are the chances of Drake squashing the beef with Future and Metro?
Within 2 years, I could see them collabing. Because Drake never really came for he never really came for Future like that. If you peep that. Now he roasted Metro. He definitely had words for him. But
they actually never really had something going on.
Yeah, he never really came for Future. So we really don't know what that was about. If it was over a girl like everybody claimed it was, they sound like whoever's girl it was, they probably don't even fuck with him no more. Nobody, like, it's one of them ones like you were mad for 8 minutes and now nobody messes with the person no more, so nobody even cares anymore. It's old news. So I can definitely see them collabing. And they got hella hits together. They make really good songs, bro. Like if you listen to that Future, especially the second one he dropped this year, there's several songs on there that Drake would have sounded great on, and it would have made so much sense. And it slick sound like a lot of that stuff was supposed to be on What a Time to Be Alive too, but that's another story though. If you really listen to it.
Okay. I agree. No, there's no more big three. It got dismantled. I agree with
that's
that.
cap.
Sure. It's only big. He said it. It came to fruition. But as far as that, I don't think that Drake and Metro will squash it. I think Drake and Future, because Drake even admitted that broke his heart. That Future, sided with Metro over him, because it's nothing that happened between them. You know what I'm saying? But with Metro, the man called Drake a pedophile. Any man that goes along with, yes, he retweeted something, and because they, on Twitter, they had receipts, right? And they were coming up with reasons why Drake shouldn't trust Metro, right? So it had a retweet and it said certified pedophile. And I remember seeing it. So he was co-signing it. You know what I'm saying? The BBL Drizzy thing is something you can get over. But if somebody called me a pedophile, went along with it and did all that stuff, I don't think I could be cool with somebody again. Cool with them now.
You can collab, Future, though, man. They could collab again, bro.
Collabing. If a lot of people felt like this, and Drake stands even said, they said, Drake, you a fool. You a damn fool if you go back and be cool with them after this bullshit that they pulled on you. That's how they feel. That's what they're saying. Like, it would look corny if Drake went and was cool with them, because they're looking at it like, okay, they needed you. Right. They needed you for these hits and but then they did all this stuff, teamed up, did all you know what I'm saying? So Drake would look like a fool to collab with them. And the other side is, okay, Young Thug said that because Drake hasn't been dropping heat lately, and Drake needs Atlanta more than ever right now. That's not.
If y'all, I'm gonna go back and watch every episode you've ever done before this Kendrick said that Atlanta line right there. And if you ain't never said Drake needs Atlanta, then you only copying what Kendrick said. That's disgusting.
Is PM up in here? Please, PM.
That's nasty.
Oh my God, is PM up in here? PM,
because we all know damn well that's not the case, because he was Drake before he linked with Atlanta. We all know
that. But he's always wave rode. He's always has been wave riding. Bro, Drake switches up accents. That's why Drake don't know what the hell to do now. And he's doing like this, dropping a damn Spanish song sounding hot garbage.
First off, do you speak Spanish?
A little bit.
No, nigga, you don't.
How you know? What you talking about?
Saying, there's no little bit. You either do or you don't.
A little bit.
I can say the alpha. I mean, the fucking 1 to 10. That doesn't mean I speak Spanish. So there's no need for me to listen to this.
Let's hear the narrative. Let's hear the
narrative. It's not his song, man. Drake releases a Spanish song. No, Chino Pacos released a Spanish song featuring Drake, and the only reason it's getting talked about is because Drake is on it. That's it. People are just finding reasons. People who don't listen to Spanish music, have never heard a Spanish song in their life except the Macarena, are now all of a sudden running to this. So then they can be like, look, Drake, it's trash. This is another trash Drake song. Look, he's spiraling. Man, you don't even know what they're saying, bro. Come on, man.
He said, I'm Spanish. That shit was Bazaar, which means, what do you say?
Yeah, Bazaar is garbage for sure. See, I knew that, so now I speak Spanish. Come on, man.
It was like, there hasn't been, like, he's dropped a couple of songs that have been cool, but nothing like before. Nothing like before. So a lot of people feel like Drake needs Atlanta at this particular point. Bro. Future, look, no, listen. Let's look at the chart data. Future has a hit single. Him and Metro are doing fine.
And who did he need with that? What made that a hit?
That would have been a hit with or without Kendrick. It wouldn't. No. Listen, it wouldn't have been as big. It would have been a hit record.
It would have been a banger, bro. It would have been a banger.
Yeah, it would have been a banger.
It would have been a banger.
No, I'm with you. I'm not saying it would have been top 10. Now let's not get it twisted that Future don't have like, the man goes number one. You know what I'm saying? Future is a big,
he's solidified,
artist.
Bro. His status is solidified.
But don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Like, Future still makes hits. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But would like that been as big if it weren't for the controversy? No,
of course not.
Yeah,
you can see the numbers in the follow-up albums. They weren't the same, bro.
Yeah, no, and I agree. I agree. Who is this? Elmer Fudd, Super Guy, bro. Is spent.
Thank you.
Oh my God, look at his profile though. This is obviously a Drake stan. Look at, he got the cover of Hard Part 6, the one that Drake threw the white flag. Why don't you throw the white flag and go somewhere, Elmer?
Bro, if you don't listen to, if I have never gotten in your whip and you were listening to a Spanish song, I don't want to hear no commentary about this Spanish song. I don't care about
Macarena. Macarena was a dope ass Spanish song. Don't look at see
bro, that shit was on Now That's What I Call Music 12, bro. Like, nobody's listening to that shit, bro.
Oh, come on, man. What you said? Let's look at some of these comments. He lost the battle in himself. He should have did what he did best. First of all, somebody needs to tell him to please get Ghostwriters back. I think he got him, man. I think he got him. Shout out to Gasolina. Yeah, that was a jamming Spanish song.
Bro, you can't give me one bar, bro.
Yeah, but Gasolina. That was dope. But anyway, Drake lost. A lot of people are upset. Drake's been spiraling. Drake hadn't been. What hit record has Drake dropped in the last 5 months?
Why are we quantifying what record did Drake drop that's been number one for at least 4 weeks that dropped between the summers of stop, bro?
He said Summer Vibes were up next, CJ. What happened?
He didn't drop nothing.
He did drop something.
No, he was featured on a couple of songs, got a couple of checks, and kept it moving, bro.
Okay, 100 gigs. He dropped like 5
songs.
And none of them cracked.
So who cares? What are we talking about, though? What does that have to do with anything? Were they good? See, this is what people kill me. Okay. Not only does Drake is the only person who people not only move the goalpost, but they shrink it before they move it. I'm talking about if it's Drake, if the songs are banging, then people will be like, what did it sell? If they sell, then people will be like, man, but it don't sound good. If it did, man, like, bro, like, come on, fam. Like, people have him under a microscope, and it's annoying.
To your point, you're not a chart guy and a numbers guy, so I get it from your point.
Not in the streaming era, no.
I get it from your point, but from everybody else's, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get it. What was this? It said it's not. We got a lot of people in the room. It's not a place in this country is to be sound drum based. Look around, loyalty. Yep.
Okay, damn, collector's edition. You ain't want to point out his avatar. Like, come on now.
Oh yeah. Now he do got the Kendrick app. Okay. Let's point that out. I'm just trying to get these as they come in because it's a lot. But he said the Hard Part 6 is a classic. It makes K-Bots cry. No, actually, it makes you cry. That's why you're here to think that we're talking trash about Kendrick. But that's the one that made him lose, and you have that as your profile pic, sir.
Elmer got the guns out. I see you, man.
Yeah. So shout out to y'all. Now let's move on to somebody else who's a culture vulture like Drake. Tommy Richman. Now, Tommy Richman, you're familiar with $1 Million Baby Tommy Richman, right?
Yo.
So he appeared, I think it was an article or something like that. I might be mistaken, but he said, and I'm paraphrasing him, that he doesn't want to be labeled as a hip hop artist.
Right.
And we've seen this happen before, to where people will use hip hop as leverage to get where they want to go. Post Malone did it. Machine Gun Kelly felt like he was trying to do it, but had to come back to rap. But you'll have these people who are not of the culture come in. We accept them. They blow up off of songs, work with a couple of artists of our culture, and then they end up, because Post Malone does country music now, doing stuff with Taylor Swift and all that. But Tommy Richman, the funny thing is, after he said that, we found out that he submitted $1 Million Baby, which is a hip hop song, in the hip hop categories.
Melodic,
melodic category. Shout out to Bone Thugs. They're the reason for that. But for the Grammys. And a lot of people like Elliott Wilson and everybody called him out on this. And let me give my take on it. This is another example as to why we need to gatekeep our culture. This man, out his own mouth, said, now listen, CJ, if you're a good artist, you're a good artist. I'm not hating on $1 Million Baby. DJ PM can't stand it. It was the nice,
but the song was hot though. The song was hot.
Yeah, it was hot. I don't know what he was saying on there, but as far as the sound of it,
yeah, the vibe was cool.
The vibe was cool. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, when you do that and it's a white face on it, first of all, with him, he should have known better to not say nothing like that. You need to do a Post Malone did. If you're gonna do it, just do it. We're gonna talk trash about you, but just keep going. But the fact that he did that, and then at the same time submitting it to win a Grammy in the hip hop category, was a pure slap in the face. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So two questions. Do you think, have you listened to his album or any other songs that he came out with?
Yeah, it was one other song that sounded similar to $1 Million Baby. I don't know what the name of it was.
Do those sound like hip hop songs to you?
The one sound like $1 Million Baby. That was, well, $1 Million Baby ain't really a hip hop.
It's not. Do you when you hear his music, do you hear him as a rapper, bro?
I don't. No.
So when he says I'm not hip hop, what is the problem? If I don't hear hip hop either. So why, if anything, is R&B adjacent, if anything.
So why is he submitting it for hip hop then?
The labels do that. The artists don't have a choice in that. The labels submit that.
It's still, he's going to look goofy doing it though.
Yeah, sure. It's because it looks as if Tommy Richman mailed and signed and sealed and mailed the letter, but that's not how it works. The labels do that whether your ass asked for it or not. Now, if you have leverage, if you're a Drake, then you might have some say so. But man, the labels know that if he wins or if he's even nominated, then the price goes up, which fills up their pockets. If he wins, the price goes up, which again fills up everybody's pockets at the label. That's all they care about.
No,
they're trying to increase their bottom line. He doesn't submit it. He's the artist. Believe it or not, he doesn't have much say so again, unless you have leverage, which he doesn't.
Yeah, no, that's true. But that goes to the culture anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because it's most likely white dollars behind him. You know what I'm saying? So that shows you that we need to gatekeep our culture, because we'll lift it up. You know what I'm saying? We'll lift it up. Now, the thing is, $1 Million Baby was a hot song, but it was competing with Not Like Us for the top spot at that time. People, I feel like, and it actually did get outshined, by Not Like Us for a minute. Because you remember, it didn't even reach #1 because Not Like Us, it came out like the same week as it was blowing up and gaining steam. So yeah, I just thought that, it's, even if it's not Tommy Richman himself, because at least he came out and said, hey, don't label me as a rapper.
Yeah, because he's not. I don't see a problem with that. I actually wish more people would do that if that's not what they're doing. Post Malone didn't say that. Post Malone came out with the kit, right, and then did hip hop. But if you watch a Post Malone interview, watch his. Well, I mean, you don't have to watch it. I'll just tell you what happened. His documentary, they asked him what he listened to growing up, and you go back to his childhood home and the posters he got on his room. There's not 1 ounce of hip hop in his bones. So he clearly isn't hip hop, but used it as leverage. This dude right here is saying I'm not a rapper, dude. Like, I don't understand. I don't get the issue with that. That's my thing.
No, that's true. I can see that point. Does Drake have a classic? Of course not.
Of course he does. What?
Of course not. Kendrick is on another level. Absolutely. Drake is on another level too. Don't get it twisted. Drake is a phenomenal artist. He has been #1 for 15 years.
Yes, several classics.
On and off. He don't have classics though. No, he don't. He has classic songs. No. He has classic songs for sure, but he does not have a classic album.
That's crazy.
K-Box said it to SZA. It made him cried. See, bro, if you're gonna type in here Elmer Fudd 7'6", come on, man, get some grammar lessons. Come on.
I like K-Bot though. I like that.
K-Bot. Why? Because it's not true.
Hey, listen, man. I think everybody uses bots, but apparently, except Kendrick, apparently.
Well, no, it was proven that Akademiks even had to say that.
Here we go, referencing Akademiks, man. Like, hey, man, dog.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this, CJ. Since we're still in the category of rap,
Big
Glorilla outsells Megan. Is she now number 3? Now, before you answer that and we talk about it, let me show everybody the sales. Hold on, let me share my screen with you. All right, so these are the sales right here. All right, for Billboard. So Glorilla sold 69,000 records her first week, of calculated sales, including stream and all that. Megan sold 64,000, right? Nicki Minaj, of course, is at the top, and I be forgetting about Doja Cat. I be forgetting she's a rapper. But anyway,
yeah, but she makes rap. She has the ability to make rap music, but she also makes pop music too.
Okay, yeah, that's what I see more so. Like, I don't be thinking about that. But anyway, so Glorilla put out Glorious, and it's been getting critical acclaim. Now, this is what I'll say before this. These are low-ass album sales for first week. You know what I'm saying? Just in general, right? If it was back then, it would flop into these days. Like, if you don't do 100K the first week, if you're on a major label, it's a flop, no matter how you look at it. If you're independent and do 60K the first week and then, drop in your top 10 on the billboards, it's phenomenal. But for Glorilla to be signed to CMG, Interscope, it's low. I get that because some people going to talk about that, right? However, in the category, the bar is already low for these female rappers of today anyway, because most of them are known for their singles and not for their albums. And the fact that she surpassed Megan, who she was pretty much the opener for from this past tour, that speaks volumes, right? So according to sales, because if Nicki's number 1, we already know she's number 1.
Yeah.
If Cardi was to drop something, would it be as successful as Invasion of Privacy? No, because it's been too long, but she would still do more numbers than everybody else outside of Nicki.
Yeah, for sure.
So 1, 2, and I don't count Doja Cat in this convo for obvious reasons. But after that, I put Megan at 3 for a minute, right? But Glow actually has organic hit records, multiple hit records, and she has an album that surpassed Megan's first week. So does this put her in the number 3 spot out of Nicki, Cardi, and her?
No, because I'm taking Cardi out.
Okay, so you taking Cardi out. Okay.
She hasn't, but bro, she's not active, bro. Like, let's be honest. We know, of course, she would do numbers because her project is anticipated. It hasn't been out since before COVID, bro. Like, a lot has changed, fam. Since eggs $12, bro. Last time Cardi came out, eggs was like $4, fam. Like, she's been gone too long. You can't hold that crown or that seat and not put out a project, bro. Like, we can't just keep giving you that. It's a new day, especially with the ladies. Like, they outside and they making noise. So nobody's going platinum in a week like they did in 06, but they're making noise. They're popular. People know who they are. You know what I'm saying? So they're getting endorsement deals, and they may not be going platinum out the gate, but they're popular. And I'm not gonna say household names, but they're close. You know what I'm saying? So it's not. I don't get too caught up in the number. Again, I'm not super big on numbers ever since streaming. I think you got to listen to a song 10,000 times to get one stream. Like, it's stupid. The algorithm is stupid.
Yeah,
so
no, it's stupid.
I can't really get with that. I say it's Glow, Megan, and Nicki, though. I got to take Cardi out. She's been gone too long.
So what's the order, though? What's the order? This, because I'm saying
Meg too.
Meg is number 2.
She still got that. She's still in other places that Glorilla's not outside of music, and I have to count that.
The reason I disagree, because I understand what you're talking about. I'm not like a hardcore disagree. The only reason I disagree with that is because it still breaks down to the music, right? Megan is pushed and this is my personal take on it, and a lot of people feel like this. Megan feels like she's forced down our throat because she's with Roc Nation and all the marketing and stuff. I saw she was in a Venom commercial, and I'm like, how is she in these commercials? It's Prime Day. All this stuff that she's in, and she ain't got no hit records out. Versus Glow, who actually was about to fall off. Don't get it twisted. She was about to, but then
she bounced back.
Yeah, Glow. Thank TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. She got one that's popping right now.
Yeah, the hold up.
Oh, yeah, the hold up. So she has stuff out there. It's organic. Everybody knows it, but you can't point to a Megan song besides the Hahachi Kasa, whatever that song is. That's a TikTok song. I don't really count that. But before that, you remember I told you that Megan hasn't had a record. The last hit record she had was with Cardi. That was a her and Cardi song, The WAP. So that's why I put, if you put out an album and Megan with the tour and everything, she put out an album, Glow did more than Megan.
Yeah, but Glow opened up for Megan though. Let's put that, puts it in perspective a little bit.
She opened up for Megan, but how, if you mean to tell me if Beanie Siegel was back then was opening up for Jay-Z, do you, like Beanie Siegel, do you see him selling more than Jay-Z the first week?
Man, no, of course not.
Exactly. So my thing, but if he did, that would put him above. When have you ever seen an opener sell more than the main act?
I mean, it may be the tide may be turning. I just can't give it to her yet. That's all I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
The tide may be turning though. I'm not opposed to that. Megan got a new record coming out this Friday. We'll see if it's any hits on there or if it's any joints or how the people embrace it, because the people fuck with Glow Project.
Yeah, they do. I've been seeing people talk about it now.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if it's, you know, it's probably a here to see. This is another thing with the streaming. A lot of people talk about it for 1 week or a couple of days. Have you noticed that they talk about it for a couple of days and then the next thing, nobody's streaming? Just like that fake love for Andre 3000's flute album that came out, and people were like, it's kind of hard though, and then we stopped talking about it.
I mean, but what I'm saying is, either way, when if it lasts a week, 2 weeks,
it's still,
you're gonna get a review, and people are either gonna like it or they're not. And so whether they like it or not is gonna last. That's what's gonna go away because new shit is coming out. So the cycle will continue. When it came out, it was well received.
It was.
That's all I'm saying.
No, yeah, it was. I didn't hear nobody talk about Megan's project when it came out.
No, yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
Not on my end. This is
people talked about Megan project, bro.
I didn't see nobody talk about it.
I did.
Well, yeah, we got different algorithms, but I'll tell you this: the advantage Glow has over Megan. Megan is predominantly female fan base because of what she raps about.
Yeah, that's fair.
Glow has a mixture of male and female. Now, of course, traditionally, females, let's keep it a buck. Females are not going to sell as much as as male rappers because, you know, it's not R&B. Women don't buy into female rappers as much as they should, right?
I don't know if they should, but they just, that's a dude thing, bro. Like, dudes sit around in barbershop, talk about albums and break songs down. Women just, they not listen to it like that.
Right. That now when it's R&B, they will buy into it. Yeah, that's different. Sure. But typically, like Nicki Minaj has never went gold the first week or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I think the highest she did is like 300K or something like that, which is great. But you know, it's like the WNBA. Do people fuck with it? Yes, but it's not nearly where the NBA is.
Right.
But shout out to all the girls though. You know, they're doing their thing and in different lanes. It's just they're not going to sell as much. But I think now I would put Nicki for the moment right now, Glow, and then Megan because she surpassed her sales. That showed me something. Elmer, you put Nicki, Glow, and Lotto.
Let's go Lotto. I'll rock with Lotto. She dope though.
No. She's dope. She got to find her lane though. She hadn't found it yet.
That's fair.
Yeah. You said I don't like TikTok tunes. Me neither. Elmer Fudd 76. In case you deaf, he said Yo Bae got classic songs, not no classic album, which he don't.
Next. That's I don't know why someone would say Drake ain't got a classic album. That makes no sense to me, bro.
Makes all the sense. Clarabelle Madera, clearly you know what I'm talking about. And if y'all everybody watching right now, because there's a lot of y'all in here, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Muck Stumble, you too. You said Kendrick and Shambles, he's not. Ray, are you subscribed to the channel, dear? I want everybody right now, if you're watching this and you're enjoying this debate with OVO CJ, make sure that you subscribe to the channel.
Ray, I see you saying you're not running and listening to that Cardi. That's fair, but a lot of people are, though. If Cardi came out Friday, those numbers are going to look different. They're going to look different.
It won't be
anticipation.
It won't be as big like as Invasion of Privacy, though.
Of course not. No, it's a new day. Was out. Yeah, it's a new day.
Yeah,
but it will do numbers though. It will make an impact. Even if it's for the short term, it'll be the talk of the weekend at worst.
It will be. Yeah, I agree with that. Now let's move on and talk about something else. Now Dr. Dre and Snoop discussed lazy sampling. All right, I'm gonna play a clip of what they who did they appear on? Was it Stephen A. Smith? Yeah. So Stephen A. Smith had Dr. Dre and Snoop on his platform, and it was interesting what they were talking about. Now, before I play this, it's fair use, YouTube. All right, check this out.
Back to making quality music, get back to having a whole body of work, and get back to having a project that visually connects to the sonics.
Yeah, I think that right now, the artists and producers are using all the same software and all the same technology, which is why all of the music sounds the same. Mm-hmm. I think that all of the music that has come out over the last 5, maybe even 10 years are using the same drums, the 808, the rolling 808 drum. Mm. All of these artists are using the same exact drum beats, right? Mm-hmm. Which is a little bit of a cheat, in my opinion. So I'm waiting for musicianship to come back.
Me too.
Artists that are actually like really playing and not depending on the computers. Mm-hmm. I want to hear what the next level of hip hop is going to be and where it's going to go.
How did it get to the point where the artists were depending on the instruments, the equipment, as opposed to?
So, what you think about that so far? You feel it?
Let's not. Dre is giving a little bit. Get off my lawn, just a little bit. Because you can use Fruity Loop. Like, let's not denounce technology. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not being used for good. Because Metro uses that stuff, and that nigga, he's cold, and he's shown that he can produce full projects. So it's just how you use the tool, not the tool itself. Everybody can't be Prince. Some people grew up in a tech era, bro. They half his age. They grew up with iPads in their baby crib, so they're used to tech. You know what I'm saying? So if you know how to use it, Hit Boy, cold.
Yeah, Hit Boy cold with it.
He uses all that tech stuff. So I can't, I get it. I understand what he's saying. He grew up on a certain era and it's the golden era to him, but I can't knock the next because they're using technology as a tool and using it to their advantage, bro. Very successfully.
Okay. All right, let me keep playing.
Their natural gifts or what happened. When did that happen?
Well, it started happening because of computers and the internet. Mm-hmm. And the software made it easy. You could just go and download a beat and rap over it and make a fucking hit record. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But now I think it's getting ready to turn back into real musicianship. Mm-hmm. And people that are really studying music, getting in the studio and really getting down like that. So
real quick.
And the reason why I say that he's right for that, because most of these hit records are based off of a sample. You're taking somebody's music that was a hit and you redoing it. You either fucking it up, too. Right? But now they fucking it up. It ain't like they making it better. Like, we complimented the sample that we use. If we took a sample from somebody, we didn't make your record depreciate. We actually made it appreciate because you made more money because you had more eyes on it, and now it has a different sound or a texture to it.
All right, I agree with that wholeheartedly. Right, there's a lot of lazy sampling going on. I think that when you sample something, you're supposed to create a new life either for yourself or for that song, right? Interpolations of the song, the beats of that song, the instruments or whatever. It's supposed to remind you of, that song. But if it's sampled real good, you won't even know that they sampled it. You know what I'm saying? So true. I agree with that. But nowadays, and I know why they have to do it this way, kind of, because you ain't gonna make no money if you loop it. I mean, not loop it, but what Warren G did on Regulate.
Okay.
If you do that, you won't get no money from it, right? But if you say Thuggish Ruggish Bone and Shatasha's part is playing, right? You can rap over her part and it won't be that you won't get no money from it because you're technically rapping over the song and not using the song as a sample. You're rapping over the original song. You're just looping it. However, it just a lot of stuff, it's lazy. It's, you know what I'm saying? And you can get away with it on some stuff, but some stuff is like, bro, this don't sound like you sampled the song. This sound like you did a remix of that song. You just put your verse on there, i.e. the Sexy Red and Glorilla song that sample Wipe Me Down.
Well, that's not that bad though. You going a little too hard on that, because I've seen too many ladies that like that, bro. It's just a female version. They put their own sauce to it, bro.
Yeah, it's not. Put it like this. I could put that on, but that's not gonna make everybody go crazy. Like, I feel like if I put that on as a DJ, they'll vibe to it for like the first minute, you know, and then after a while they're gonna stop dancing.
Do you play the whole 4-minute song when you a DJ, bro? What are we talking about?
Yeah, for certain songs, yes, you have to.
Yes, for some, yes. But I'm saying that a better example of lazy sampling would be NLE Choppa sampling Hot in Here. That was a hot mess. And that really, in my opinion, was the bottom of the. People were like, "Fam," like not, and then it was like 3 or 4 in a row where it was just, we were already kind of like, okay, the sampling shit getting a little lazy, the sampling shit getting a little, and then he came out with that, and it was just an abomination to me. It was like, fam, number one, we all remember that song. It felt like it came out yesterday. That's number one. It's too soon. We already are familiar. What made Snoop and Dre shit so dope, even though they were sampling, is we weren't familiar with that shit. They were sampling. True. Generally speaking, people of our generation
weren't. Yeah,
that was new to us.
Yeah, true.
Sometimes people didn't even know that was a sample. Of course, if you were 40 and 50 back then yes, you knew, but you probably weren't listening. If you were 50 and 92, you probably weren't listening to Dre. Maybe you were. I don't know. But yeah, they sampling is tricky. And if you take somebody like a Kanye or you take somebody like a Dre that is able to flip it, but these niggas are exceptions, bro. They're fucking. It's like Michael Jordan trying to coach. You want to know why Michael Jordan make a terrible coach, nigga? Because he would be telling people to do shit that only he could do. Like, it's tricky when the superstars and the icons try to coach other people because their level of expectation is different.
Well, yeah, I think that naturally you're gonna do that, right? But what he's talking about is, I have hope that it is gonna be that, because the difference between Metro and Dr. Dre, right? And this is me as a DJ. I started learning, like, when I play certain records, you remember you were just like, you gonna play all 4 minutes of it? It's certain songs, like from back then, the instruments and the sound that comes out sonically from my sound system, it's so crisp and so, like, it got soul in it because they sampled those records and gave more of a mixture to it versus Metro Boomin. All that stuff, you can only play that. It's like microwave, bro. You can only.
I can't do Metro like that though. Metro stuff is cinematic, bro. Like he's a talented.
I didn't say he wasn't talented, but what I'm saying is the mixes that you make of today, I see how crowds react to it. I'm not talking like, I'm talking about like folks who are gonna dance the whole time versus somebody who's gonna turn up for a little bit and then after a minute, you be ready to go to the next one. I'm not saying they're not good records, because listen, I'm talking about from a DJ's perspective, but if you're riding in the car, it's different.
I'm talking about riding in the car perspective.
Yeah, riding in the car perspective is different. No, it's good, but when you're talking about live crowd, when you see the soul and people moving and stuff like that, I've seen a lot of this music that is very microwavable to where that's why they didn't trimmed it down to like 2-minute songs, because after, I remember when I was playing some Future records, bro, after, like, I swear to God, bro, like 30 seconds, they'd be like, hey, can you play this? Can you play that? Versus if I throw on Candy Rain by Soul For Real, they about to sing it like it ain't no tomorrow, bro.
Yeah, because they remember their middle school prom, nigga, when they finally got the girl that been wanting them. There's a lot of nostalgia attached to them songs.
Of course, it's memories. These songs ain't doing the same thing. Because I could play records 10 years ago, ain't that long ago, bro.
That's true.
And they don't have the same feeling. That's all I'm saying, production-wise.
I would say production-wise, hip-hop has never been in a better space. I can't tell you the last album I listened to and said, man, this album would have been fire if these beats weren't trash. Beats are complete flames now, today, and I'm talking about anywhere from Common and Pete Rock.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Metro and nigga, production is big. Extra Plug production is slapping. Like, bro, I can go all day. Glorilla, all these people beats. If nothing else, Sexy Red shit is hot. Why? Because the beat is hard. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's making people move differently. but production is at an all-time high. I don't care what nobody say. I can go on YouTube right now and Google Little Baby type beat, and that shit is gonna be hard from a nobody in Iowa with 37 followers. And the beat gonna be hard as fuck. I'm telling you.
I think you kind of reaching when you say of all time. Nah,
it's at an all-time high, bro. Having poor beats is inexcusable in 2024. It's inexcusable.
Well, the beats,
I'm telling you,
the beats Drake been picking kind of been on that wave.
Flames.
Okay.
But he doesn't need a beat though.
Who, Drake?
Yeah, he don't need good beats.
Yeah, he just need a ghostwriter. So when we moving on from that, something else that was important that they said, are rap albums with one producer better than multiple producers? Let me play everybody real quick what Dre said about, you know, the one producer rap albums that used to go on back in the day. All right, here we go. Fair use, fair use.
Just love getting in the studio with people that I love to get down with. That's all it is to it. As corny or as generic as that may sound, that's just what I do.
What would y'all tell an artist today that, you know, an aspiring artist, you want to make it, you want to get in the room and put that work in?
Be original. Be original, because right now it's so much copycat, mimicking, sounding alike, imitation. Be original. Find your voice. Find your production sound. Find your ear for who you are, and be original. Even if it ain't hitting, stay you.
Find your collaborator. I don't like the fact that there's like 9 different producers on one album.
Okay. So what you say to that, CJ?
Now, there are plenty of examples of one artist, one producer, flames. Like we can go on for days. There's plenty of that. Recently there's plenty of that.
Yeah.
So yes, that formula is proven to have worked. You know what's another formula that has proven to have worked? Nigga, getting 2 from Neptunes, getting 1 from Timbaland, getting 2 from this person, and let me put this album called The Black Album, and this motherfucker's a classic. That has also worked. Let me get a couple from Just Blaze. Let me get a couple from Kanye. Let me get a couple. That has worked too. Like, it can work. If everybody could just knock on their next door neighbor's door and nigga get a full 14, 15 piece album of bangers, they would. But producers like that aren't growing on trees, bro. And people sometimes want to diversify their sound. They want to have different types of sounds, but still make them cohesive. And so you might have to get a handful of different people. I don't see anything. Again, bro, he has to stop. He has to get off the high horse that he's sitting on and be realistic.
Well, I think just from his perspective, that's just what he likes. Like, he thinks that, because I can say this personally as an artist, when you work with one producer, and we're not talking about beat makers, we're talking about a producer,
for
right?
Sure.
Because Nas was the first one to have multiple producers on one album.
And what does the rap game say about that album right there?
Yeah, it's a classic. No. But listen, Nas had producers. And ladies and gentlemen, for those who are watching, there's a difference between a beat maker and a producer.
Sure.
Right? Most people out here who do instrumentals are beat makers versus producers. See, a producer is somebody like Timbaland, meaning that I could lock in with an artist, and not only am I making that beat for the artist, right? But I'm going to have input on the song. I might engineer the song like Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? He's with you. So that's why the Chronic and Doggy Style and everything that the NWA album, sonically, they sounded so good. That's why DJ Unique did the whole East 99 album. Locked in with Bone, classic.
Yeah, Manny, Beats by the Pound.
Oh my God.
DJ Paul, Juicy J. They're all those are producers.
Yes, they like
no doubt.
DJs. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of producers started off as DJs,
yeah,
Manny Fresh, all of them, right? Just like a lot of, if you're a great R&B singer, more than likely you came from the church. You had experience before that. And I'm not knocking people who learn from Fruity Loops. Do your thing, because y'all can make fire beats too. But when you lock in with that one artist, like if you see what happens with Sexy Red link up with Tay Keith, they have a chemistry.
Yeah.
And then it works. So I don't knock that. I also don't knock when you work with multiple producers. However, the multiple beat makers thing is what takes people out of that element, because what happened is,
that's fair.
You know, you start emailing stuff, you start sending stuff off. And like for me, that's why T.I. albums had tried to mimic what Jay-Z was doing, but he couldn't do it as good as Jay-Z, because Jay-Z was locking in with these producers, you know.
Yeah.
organically. I feel like.
Listen, I just ranked Project Pat's albums from worst to best. Make sure y'all check out Culturalist Theory on YouTube.
Absolutely.
There is a clear delineation in quality from the albums that DJ Paul and Juicy J produced and the projects that they didn't. I'm talking about it is night and day. And it's because of the production, not the beats, the production, the skits, the on Giddy Green, he got the 528K, he dialing the number, and then the line is busy, and the downtown turns into the metronome, which turns into the beat. Like that's a producer in the room cooking a story up for you. Exactly. That's how that works. Yeah. Yes, he's right in a sense where if you can lock in with one, sure. If you can, but that's rare air, bro. Like that's tough. And I'm gonna be honest too. Dre, I love Dr. Dre.
Where you going with this?
When last time he done some fire shit? Let's keep it a buck. When is the last time?
The Marsha Ambrosius album was dope. You ain't like it?
I love Marsha Ambrosius with all my heart.
You ain't like that album?
I didn't like that album, bro.
Okay.
I didn't like it. I'm gonna have to give it another chance because I love her that much.
Okay.
I have to give it another chance, but it was not the sound that I was looking for, and maybe that's just it. Maybe I just need to get that first listen out the way, bro. Yeah. He hasn't touched no hip hop shit in years, bro.
Compton was a dope album though,
bro. People didn't like that Compton, bro. People didn't fuck with that, fam.
Yes, they did.
He sounded like somebody when Dre raps. He sounds like who writes for him, and that throws me off, bro.
It was a well constructed. I liked it sonically. It was a dope album,
bro. That shit didn't do nothing, bro. The movie was fire. The
album was a successful album. It just wasn't like
what's the song off of it, bro?
For the Love of Money, the remix. I mean, For the Love of Money, that was dope. The Deep Breath was dope. The When I Have Everything, I forgot the name of that song, but nobody remember that shit, bro. Nobody remember that. You could have made them their names of them songs up, bro. I promise you, I wouldn't even know. It was a dope album, though. Wow. You asked me with the last hot shit. So just because it wasn't as successful as The Chronic, don't mean that it wasn't dope.
No, it wasn't. That wasn't dope. You can't tell me that was dope and Drake ain't got no classic album. Then I'm gonna question your ears, bro. Now I'm questioning your taste.
Listen, I didn't say that was a classic. No, well, Drake, listen, I didn't say that was a classic album. Now it's a fact that Drake don't have a classic album. Drake makes playlists. He don't make albums.
Take Care is an album, bro. Are y'all serious? Yeah, Nothing was the same as an album, bro. What are we talking about?
Now, Nothing Was the Same was his best body of work, in my opinion.
Take Care is his most impactful.
Yeah, but I wanted to fall asleep on it. I've never really went back and listened to the album. Nothing Was the Same.
That explains why you don't understand the impact and why people.
I know the impact because The Weeknd was on that was really The Weeknd's album. If we're being honest,
it birthed The Weeknd. It birthed Bryson Tiller. It birthed Tory Lanez. It birthed
Bryson Tiller. All of them was Drake. No, listen. I say this: Drake and 40 changed the face of R&B,
rap,
and R&B,
thing, bro,
and R&B. Everybody sounds like what Drake did was Drake and I say Drake and 40 very loosely.
Drake, that's a producer.
no, but he helped Drake with the tunnel that remember when Drake came out, bro, it was more than just him rapping. It was the tunnel sound, the effect. So 40 was right there with him. That's a producer.
That's a producer. No, for sure. He created the atmosphere.
So that's why I don't give it just to Drake. Drake and 40 helped change. Now rap for sure, but R&B.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Yeah. So they changed it, and I'm aware of it. It's just I wasn't a fan, and this is the thing. I'm not a fan of Drake R&B except some songs, right? Jaded. I love Jaded. You don't like Jaded.
Yeah, you like Scorpion Disc 2, which is his R&B shit.
Which is dope. It was dope. You didn't like Disc 2?
It was cool. I like this one better.
Yeah,
but his singing doesn't bother me. But if somebody said I can't listen to a singing, that's fine. I understand that. I'm not like what? It's not Whitney Houston, bro. I get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But to me, it's well written and it's catchy. So and he can't sing and neither can I. So it's perfect for me and the whip. That's why I got 5% tint, dude. So I can get all that off, nigga. Draking and driving, bro. I do that frequently.
Well, you don't want to be in your feelings if you listen to Drake, but because that Jaded was dope. I was going through a breakup a little bit at that time, so I remember Jaded, bro. I was like, yes, I'm hurting. Yes, I'm jaded. Boy, you can go to Drake when you're feeling bad, ain't you?
For sure.
I say that like Drake did change the face because a lot of what you hear now is what he was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Dre might be overrated though, but I'm
who? Dr. Dre?
Dre. I mean, his legacy is stamped, but what have you done for me lately is quiet. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, yeah, he hasn't done anything, but the stuff that he did so much back then, he's the greatest hip hop producer of all time.
Nah.
Who?
Come on, bro.
Who about to say Timberland?
Kanye, bro. What are we talking about?
No. Kanye ain't touching Dre. Sonically, he's not touching Dre. No. Sonically, he's not. Well, no. I ain't gonna say not touching. No. He's up there, but he's what has Kanye done lately for somebody else?
Lately, probably Common. Well, 08, 07, 08. He's too busy being a billionaire to go do other shit for other people. Bro.
He hasn't been relevant in producing just like Dre hasn't been, if that's the case. That's all I'm saying.
But I'm saying he could go from Keisha Cole to Common. He give Common his best shit. Then he can jump back onto his own shit. Then he can jump back. He about to do all his own shit on this next joint, and it's gonna be a classic.
Dre could do the same. He did Mary J. Blige. He did Truth Hurts.
That was Scott Storch.
Kanye don't do his own shit. Oh, please, let's not do that. Travis Scott really hell. Come on, do I need to bring up Travis Scott? Because
his influence on Dark Twisted Fantasy is apparent for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Travis Scott is an engineer.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah, exactly. So Kanye, look, bro, if you're a producer, this is another thing, right? If you're a producer, you're gonna have help because
of course.
Diddy was a producer. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have to be a beat maker, meaning be at the beat machine to be a producer. A producer is just somebody who constructs stuff together. It's like a project manager at a job. You know what I'm saying?
General contractor, bro.
Yeah, that's all that it is.
Listen, I'm not gonna act like nigga. Manny Fresh is a legend. He didn't play the bass guitar on it. He hired a bass guitarist to play the bass. He told him what to do.
Facts.
But he didn't play. But that doesn't take anything away because he still coached it. He GM'd it.
Yeah, exactly. One more thing I wanted to cover. Big Meech got released from prison. And he's in a halfway house right now.
Yep.
But one thing that people have been talking about lately is the LeBron James controversy. Now, all LeBron James did, he tweeted, "Welcome home, Big Meech." I'm paraphrasing. But there was backlash towards that. A lot of people were saying, LeBron, you are a famous NBA player. You encourage kids to go to the league or go to college and all this other stuff, and then you're glorifying or shouting out a drug dealer, a former drug dealer. It was a lot of people like Jason Whitlock and different people. It's all in. I know, right? Let me not even get on that big juicy coon, but there was a lot of backlash from it. I understood both sides of it, but let me get your take. You go ahead. What did you think about that, CJ?
Bro, it'd be the same people that say, man, you glorifying this drug dealer that have seen every season of Narcos 2 and 3 times, bro. They're the same people that just finished watching the Menendez brothers Netflix joint just the other day. They just got through binging it. It's the same people that anytime anything John Gotti related comes out, they got to have it. Like, bro, stop. Let's stop acting like this world does not have an obsession with famous criminal figure. It's not LeBron James and that's it. And I'm not saying he has an obsession. I'm just saying for him to feel the need to tweet it, that's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, the world has me and my wife went to London like 2 years ago. We went on a Jack the Ripper tour, bro.
Yeah.
This motherfucker sliced and diced like 10 people, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Gutted them the whole 9, and there's a tour in his name with pamphlets and booklets, and you can walk the streets in which he killed them over here, bro. So this nigga's a tour guide full time for a serial killer, and he's halfway across the world. Why would I give a fuck about what LeBron just tweeted in support of someone who did the crime and did the time and is coming home? Ain't that how it's supposed to go? Ain't you supposed to do the time and then you did crime, you got caught, you did the time, you come home and you good, right? That's what I thought it was supposed to be. So if people are obsessed with this everywhere across the board, please do not single out LeBron James as if he just told everybody to go get packs and bricks and he asked Meech what the ticket on the chicken was. But like, stop, bro. It's a tweet. Relax. Get out your feelings.
Now, yeah, true. I see that side. Now, to play devil's advocate, right? If Kanye said this, he's a rapper, right? No problem. It ain't gonna be no no backlash and stuff like that. 50 Cent, different people. LeBron James is a famous basketball player, so you're tied to corporations. Not saying Kanye ain't, but you're held to a regard of I'm the face of this prestigious, the basketball league. And what he said, first time I agree with the dude the whole show. I love all love, bro. Thank
respect, man. Shout out King Arnold, man.
CJ not a bad guy at all. He just loves Drake so much. You know what I'm saying? He likes Kendrick. He just don't like that Kendrick won the battle. You gotta understand. CJ's still recovering from it. He's having PTSD. And he still thinks it's a big three. Anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. So, with what the image that LeBron represents, right? I could see people saying, okay, hey, you're shouting out a drug dealer, even though this drug dealer did the time. How do we know he's not going to come and be beneficial to the community by going to schools or going to churches or going to prisons and say, hey, man, don't do what I did? We don't know. But on the surface, you see basketball player supports drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see basketball player, you see BMF, even though you can watch it right now on
Star season 4 renewed.
Right, exactly.
All of that.
But I got the uproar. I get both sides of it.
Here's the issue with that, though.
Say I don't.
And you said the magic word. It's the surface. And it's unfortunate that most people are only able to look at the surface. And if you ask people to peel back just one layer, they get lost. They go, oh, that's too deep. That's the problem, bro. Critical thinking. Peel back one layer and just look around. The criminal shit is it's big business everywhere.
No,
LeBron has a podcast in the barbershop and he say nigga and he say fuck and he cuss and the whole Disney image shit is long gone, bro. Like, so I can't act like he's the face of the league and all of that for sure, but he's past it. He's bigger than the league, honestly, if we keep it in a buck.
Yeah, at this point,
At this point, like, he's a global icon. He's the most famous basketball player on earth right now. Not named Jordan, I guess, but active. So all of that, bro, just think one step further. I'm asking people, please. If you see the surface level, yeah, we all see that. That's easy. Peel back one fucking layer at minimum and just think past the damn surface. That's the problem. That's the magic word, bro.
I get it. I get it. But I can't sit here and say I don't understand why there was something, because when I saw it, I was like, okay, I get it. However, if Jay-Z would have said it, wouldn't have been a problem.
Right.
If your entertainment, because one of my homeboys was like, Denzel did, is trying to do a film, I think about Larry Hoover, is he? Or so he's trying to do a film about somebody, I forgot. But anyway, I know he played Frank Lucas. And I'm like, well, Denzel is an actor. You know what I'm saying? So he could go into doing that.
Right.
Because he's an entertainer.
Right.
Somebody that's a sports player, national basketball player, I could see why people on the surface would say, oh, the drug dealer thing. I get it. Can't act like I don't see it, but I agree with you. It shouldn't even be that, because you the same people that watch BMF. You the same people that watch American Gangster.
All based on real people, bro.
That support, the legends, John Gotti.
Yeah. We can go on for days, bro. Hell's Angels. I mean, there's all the serial killer, the Dahmers. The
Dahmer,
The Dahmer shit dropped its #1 on Netflix for weeks, bro. Like, come on, fam.
Yeah, exactly. So, I get that. But with that being said, man, we had a great time. Shout out to everybody, because we had a lot of people join us today, man.
Salute.
With this hot topic. If you have not already, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, because a lot of y'all hung in here. It was so many comments. I don't know if you saw that, CJ. It was hard to get everybody because we was in deep thought. But man, this is what we do each and every week. Typically, it's on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, but Tuesday nights, 8:30. OVO CJ will be here sometime. If he ain't dodging the smoke, but it's always fun having him and DJ PM here as well. Shout out to everybody who will be seeing this on the replay as well, and subscribe to the channel, If you have not already, youtube.com/RedsView. It is going across your screen right here, right now, ladies and gentlemen. CJ, where does everybody follow you and your channel? Tell them about all that.
Yeah, man, holla at your boy Animal_Brown on Instagram. Yo, check out my YouTube channel, Culturalist Theory. We do rankings, countdowns, lists. We just did Project Pat albums ranked. We're going on the R&B tip this week. I think we doing Tinashe. We did top 10 albums from 1994, top 10 albums from 96. We do lists like this all the time. We got loud list, singular list, all that, man. I'm working on underrated. I'm working on top 10 underappreciated debuts. And
good.
We got Denzel list coming soon too. Denzel 90s movies ranked, 2000s and 2010s. So those will be coming out leading up to Gladiator 2. So tap into the channel, man.
Yeah, y'all tap in. You might get disappointed because CJ is gonna make you want to jump through the screen and get them because
it's the accuracy for me, bro.
Yeah,
accurate.
Let me tell y'all something. It just put it like this for all my Bone fans out there. He ranked Unified above Resurrection.
First of all, there's no Bone fans in the chat right now, with all due respect. Just you. And as long it's just you dolo tonight.
What?
Yeah, that's it. It's just you.
I'm the only Bone fan up here. Okay. Y'all
Yes.
let me know that. Please let me know
Yes.
that. Okay. Yeah, right. He can't even take himself seriously in that.
I got number 1 right. That's all that, man. I got 1 and 2 right.
No, yeah, you got number 1 and 2 right. From what I can remember, I got to go back and look. I think what you had, East 99 and Art of War or something like that.
Of course.
Yeah,
that's the order, bro.
Yeah,
that's the order. If anybody got anything other than that, then I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, something wrong with you. But anyway, y'all, man, it's been fun, man. Follow me on all social media platforms at JAYR3D, no dash, but at JAYR3D. Subscribe to the channel, and you'll be seeing clips and everything like that. Shout out to Replay Gang, Ashley, I see you. Maya, I see you. Trio 301, I see you. Go 816, you were here early, I see you. But yeah, man, we had a blast. This is J Red CJ. We'll holler at you, Resview, baby.